What would you challenge our members to do around this recognition? When you thought about it with your team, what were some things that you challenged your team to think about?
Well, what I love about anything around recognition is that it can be free. Recognition doesn't have to cost a dime. It's just just a change in your thinking. So what I would challenge your members to consider is how do you create a culture of recognition by just institutionalizing something that's done regularly that helps to actually make recognition on people's agenda. And whether it's ending your meetings with 10 minutes of recognition, or whether it's creating a personal habit of actually recognizing 2 people a day that you just say, I've got to do 2 a day. That's all I've got to do. Or whether it's actually taking your senior leaders in the company and having them create a recognition scorecard where that you ask them once a week to, at the end of the week, tell you, send in who did you recognize this week and how did you recognize them. Whatever your method is, creating it such that recognition is a piece of the agenda of how you do leadership is what I would, task you to do.
So let's talk about what happens at the top of the pyramid for employees.
Well, so you've got money, that's survival. Recognition is success. The magic happens at the top. Self-actualized employees are self-actualized not because of external motivations. Money and recognition are to some degree externally placed on the employee, and it's sort of almost a barter relationship. If we provide you toys and titles, money and recognition, you'll give us something in return.
So we're still somewhat transactional at that point.
Absolutely, exactly. At the top of the pyramid, you actually take employees from a job or a career to a calling. And when someone's living a calling, it's actually more of an internal motivation. I promise you as a leader, I love the idea of managing people who have internal motivation because they don't need as much attention. They're actually looking to actually make the most of themselves. So the piece at the top of this pyramid is called meaning. And a lot of people say, meaning, that's like so ephemeral, it's so intangible. How do you make it real? And that's a really good question. How do you make meaning real? And there's really 2 ways to look at meaning. One is meaning in what you do, in what the company does, or meaning at work and meaning in work. Meaning in work means what do you do and how does it give you a sense of inspiration. Meaning at work is like what does the organization do?
Okay, so let me make sure I have this. So meaning in work is what I do.
Correct.
And meaning at work is where I do it. In other words, how attached or aligned am I with that organization?
You said that better than I did.
Okay.
And exactly right. And so some people could actually have a sense of meaning in working for the Sierra Club, but they're tasked with the job of counting paper clips.
Right.
So there would, that person may love where they work, but they hate what they do. And some people actually may love the fact that they're in charge of philanthropy for a casino, that they don't like the idea of what the casino is doing. And so ideally you get both. Ideally you get both. And there's all kinds of ways to do this, but the best way for me to describe how to get there is helping people move beyond just their day-to-day tasks. When you're a housekeeper, we have 1,500 housekeepers in this company, and how do you create a sense of meaning in cleaning toilets?
Right, it's a highly task-oriented job.
Yeah. The reality is that if all we do is focus on how are you the best toilet cleaner in the world, you will never move beyond being a job. But instead, if we help our room cleaners, our maids, our housekeeping staff see that part of their job is to help people feel less vulnerable far away from home and feel like they're at a home away from home, and build a relationship such that the maid builds a relationship with a regular guest who comes to town and knows what it is that they are looking for. It's not just a matter of cleaning the room. It's also creating a space that feels tranquil and safe and actually creating a relationship.